have a very interesting guest with me, Mir Ranjan Negi. He played for India quite successfully and he coached India also for a few years. Here in Rourkela, I have just come to cover the Hockey India League and find Mr. Negi and ask him to join me with an analysis up till what happened in the field. Welcome to our show, Mr. Negi.
Thank you, Rajat.
My first question to you is, how do you rate the whole tournament up till this point?
So this competition is starting after 7 years. If you see in 2013, when it happened for the first time, we saw many stars coming up from this Hero Hockey India League. And from them, Mandeep was there, Manpreet, Harmanpreet, in fact, he started his career. Then we had Amit Rohidas, who had just joined, and he was coming from a very rural background, and he got the first big prize money that time. So from a very downside position, like we were number 11 or something in the world that time, to this number 3 now, Hockey India League has played a very major role in the upliftment of hockey in India.
How do you analyze the matches, the teams that are playing? Shachir, R Bengal, Hyderabad Tufans, Shurmas. Most of these teams are consisting of multiple numbers of international renowned players. So up till this point, which team attracts more of your attention and why?
So far, Shachir Bengal Tigers is topping the list. With 3 matches, they won all and they got 9 points. So they are sitting at a high pedestal right now. And other teams which has impressed me is UP Rudras.
Yeah.
So I should not say, but I am predicting finals of these 2 teams on 1st of February here in Rourkela.
If you analyze the selection process of every team, the Indian international hockey players, those who just have performed in a huge way in Paris Olympic, Harmanpreet Singh, what about his team's performance? And what about Harmanpreet himself is doing in this tournament till today?
Harmanpreet was the costliest player when the franchisee bought him. I think 78 lakhs or something, yeah. And with this money coming in and with 2 back-to-back Olympic gold medals and then that Khel Ratna award which he was bestowed upon, there is so much of responsibility and pressure coming up with these things along. And in this particular competition, when they put so much of money on him and the other defender also, they spent almost 1/4 of that money on only defenders. They had hardly any money left to take in the forward line.
Absolutely.
I think you will understand.
Yeah, I can understand.
The budget was limited. There were only 4 crores to take, and therefore I think that attack which was supposed to come from the Surmas was lacking. Whereas other teams, they played little safe. Even Hyderabad Sultans, Gonzalo Piat, they took for a very big amount, 68 lakh or something, the highest for any foreign player. So because he was world #1 draft picker. But in this bargain, what happens is some of the good players go to the other teams.
So team making is a very interesting science in this tournament. Tell me one thing, up till this point, what is the major takeaways of this tournament? So do you find any drag flickers or any that typical Indian brilliance? What are the main takeaways up till this point?
This place, Birsa Munda Hockey Stadium, where we are sitting at the moment, is close to a hockey academy called Pamposh Hockey Academy. So what is interesting is many junior players from that Pamposh Hockey Academy and this belt are there in every franchisee.
Okay.
And they are doing remarkably well. So we are seeing some very new stars in the making.
Like
Like we saw Sudeep Chirmaku.
Sudeep Chirmaku.
He played exceptionally well in this competition.
Yes. Scored 2 goals also.
2 goals he scored. My God, you know.
Yeah.
And that Amandeep Lakra's
Amandeep Lakra.
if you saw
Yeah.
against Hyderabad, my God, what power, what angle. So, like this, we see new upcoming stars in the making, and in future, I think
They are going to contribute in a major part in
Major.
Indian hockey. Another thing is the Northeast India, Manipur is contributing in a huge way in Indian hockey current days. In lots of football ISL team, Manipur, at least 40% are filled with player from Northeast. In hockey also, I have seen there are players in every team who are from Manipur. How do you see this development?
There's a 16 years or 17 years old boy which has been bought by a franchisee. His name is Rohit, and he's in the playing 11. Ravi Chandra, who is around 27, 28. Nilkanta, even Ravi Chandra, he is playing amazingly well. So these players coming from Imphal and Manipur, they are doing a great job. Although you may have been bought for any amount of price, it is ultimately the performance that counts. And these youngsters, I'm very happy, are performing exceptionally well.
And how another thing, the conversion rate of penalty corner, which is now not that high. At one point of time when you used to play, at that point of time the conversion rate of penalty corners are quite high. But nowadays in this tournament it is less than 30%. What are the main reasons? The goalkeepers has become more agile, more efficient, or the defensive mechanism has increased. What are the cause that the penalty corner, the number of penalty execution rate has come down?
Yes, Rajat bhai, you see, if you see Harmanpreet, you know, when he was taking the drug flicks last match, and there was Blake who was doing the rushing out.
Yeah.
So last Bak saved at least 6-7 penalty drag flicks of Harmanpreet on his stick. So all these players also taking good drag flicks, no doubt about it, but they are doing lot of research work on penalty corner defense also.
Okay.
And that is the reason they are, if you see the goalkeepers, they are taking more on the right side. They are almost standing there, and they will leave the left side for the rusher to take.
So it is 50-50.
50-50, because one,
Rushers are covering the 50% and goalkeeper 50%.
and if they can beat the rusher, the chances of scoring in the goal goes to around 75 to 80%.
Absolutely.
There is no chance. The power, the angle is really amazing. So it is very interesting to see how every team plans their penalty corner defense, and we are going to witness some amazing matches. In fact, I am very happy that most of the matches, you know, they are being played at a very fast pace, if you see. And open hockey we are seeing.
During your time, India used to proud for their stick hockey, the excellence of individual player. Now, India is also playing zonal hockey, man marking. So that typical Indian hockey is somehow missing. So are we copying the European hockey, or it is the need of the time?
It is the need of the time. You know, the hockey has changed drastically over the years. In fact, last time when I opted to be the coach of the Madhya Pradesh hockey team in the upcoming national, the last national, I was feeling lost, because that coaching, what we used to do that time and now, has changed. Now you see these 5 players, 6 players always waiting to go inside after every 6-7 minutes, and that the coach has to plan absolutely. And even the other drills that There is something very different.
So hockey, modern hockey has
Modern
changed.
has changed. And it is a very good way that these our junior players,
They are coping up with this,
with these foreign
foreign coaches.
coaches
And another thing, there is not a single, all the major teams, they are having their foreign coaches. By India producing this much of talented hockey players like you, so where are Indian coaches? Why we are failing to produce prominent coaches? No franchisee team is coming up with Indian coaches. Why?
I was speaking to A.K. Bansal. A.K. Bansal was coach of a Ranchi team or something in the first hockey. Yeah. And he saw to it that his team reaches the final. Next year when the Hockey India League were held, his team stood the champions. And that time Rich Osborne, big coaches. So what I am saying that I am not very much against foreign coaches, but I feel our coaches should go abroad, take training from the foreign coaches, do these FIH courses, and should be employed in these type of Hockey India League tournaments.
Up till this point, if you want to make a 11, dream 11, how many in that team, in your dream team, how many from Sachi Royal Bengal will be there?
I think at least 4 to 5 players should be there. They're doing exceptionally well.
Like Abhishek,
Abhishek is too good. I think he was a good bet. Sukhjit and Abhishek are combining very well.
Then Sachi's captain Rupinder Pal Singh.
Rupinder Pal Singh left playing hockey when he was at the top of his career. I think last Olympics he was there, and this time when we were trying to do some variations, when
but he is a defensive China wall. What a tournament he is having.
He is having a great tournament. 2 goals.
2 goals. And Afan.
Afan Yusuf, I love him. Yesterday I said he is making a comeback. I think one of the most balanced team in this particular competition is Bengal Tigers.
We are having a very interesting discussion with the legend himself, Mr. Negi. He categorically said that whoever wins the HIL 2, but one thing is to be there. This is Chak De for Indian hockey.